Best question. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to the final episode of the Back Questions Worst Answers podcast.
Woo!
Whoa,
Good luck with that in editing.
Yeah, getting to the yellow there. Where
After promising I would.
Back Questions Worst Answers podcast. Each week, I, Connor, along with my friend Charlie.
Ooh!
We are going all into the levels today.
I'm pretty tired.
Present a bad question to the others, then we attempt to explore these bad questions with the worst answers. Guys, it's another pondcast, except
Other direction.
other
this time.
direction. Yeah, just trust
Hillcast.
us. The pond is over there. Yeah, it's a hill forest cast.
Yep.
Biome.
We'd love to be giving you that pond view, but we just started late enough that it's probably gonna get dark.
Yeah,
so
it is. Yeah,
we gotta get to this.
and
thing.
the lake looks a little
It's-
algae.
yeah, we don't wanna talk
yeah,
about
we
it.
yeah. As you know, as a podcast, we like to keep those sort of appearances.
Well, we're all about the frame.
Yeah,
as
the
everyone
frame.
knows, the frame is key to us. So,
yeah. Anyway, should we
Connor,
just
what
get?
do you have for us this week? Anything?
Not really. I guess if you watch the new video, I guess, fuck the fucking plane. There were no planes.
Yeah, not a single plane last week. Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Damn.
The DBs seem fine though. They don't really seem disturbed by the plane.
You know what? It's the people know it's an outdoor. It's a hill cast. They know what to expect.
Anyway, yeah, the new video was funny. I'm just, we're I think we're like 27 subs away from cracking 800.
Boy, that deserves another woo. I just don't have it in me. I kind of went hard.
We're at
in that intro, and now I'm.
773.
If I could subscribe again, I would.
Yeah, me
I
too.
want you to know that.
A
Connor.
record month for everything.
You know what I was wondering? I was wondering if I turned on my VPN and watched from like Algeria and did it like a number of times, if YouTube would start thinking you have like an Algerian following and like promoting
I'm
you.
sure they would.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if we put VPNs onto a smaller market country, like a smaller YouTube market country, get your content pushing over there.
My Czech audience is crazy.
Yeah. That could be your new claim to fame.
Yeah.
You've got like a huge Czech audience and black scent.
Yeah.
Like those are your two areas of expertise.
One of the most multicultural one of the most multicultural influencers.
Number 2 result on YouTube for the word black scent. And the largest Czechoslovakian YouTuber.
It brings in like a
doesn't speak
crazy
Czech.
number of like my female audience. Whenever I look at my numbers, it's almost 60% female.
Do you think that's because it's Sniper Wolf or because it's black scent?
I think it's both.
Wow.
Because I don't think there's any dude that really gives a shit about black scent or
You just
Sniper
really
Wolf.
managed to crack the algorithm there, because like the other videos that come up have like millions of views, and yours is what, like a 10,000 or something?
It's like 13,000.
Yeah.
It's weird. I really. I mean, I do understand it because like it's like targeting keywords and shit, but I really. The success
it's
of
just
that,
doing like such a good job of it though. Like it's one thing to like, be coming up in search results, and it's another thing to just be like the thing, like the second.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Real heavy plane day.
A third. Yeah. Jesus. The plane cast.
Plane cast.
Yeah. It really is a ridiculous performance, for better or worse. I really don't want to attract like a sort of angry white woman black scent audience.
Yeah. What's your next best video?
It's the Lego Star Wars one.
Oh yeah. Those are money.
A lot of those two videos, people come to stay for those. Like I think
those are so funny. I just love the bit.
Doom Moist, like literally everyone that's like came here to stay has come from those Lego Star Wars videos. Maybe a few have come from the Sniper Wolf Black Scent video, but everyone stays.
That one's pretty controversial.
Yeah,
that's firmly in the controversial Reddit profile.
I think it's funny though, because I really only talk about Black Scent for like the first act of the video.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll mention it every once in a while. I'm just like, this is annoying. But it, like, the focal point is really just how annoying her content is. Anyway, let's get into the fucking question.
Are we just jumping in? Just
We're
like
just
that?
jumping in.
Wow.
So this question comes from a friend of the show.
Moist Bean.
Moist Bean.
On the Discord.
On the Discord, Pod Thoughts. If you want to submit any questions for us to cover, type them in the comments down below.
This is the second time we've had one, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of fun.
The first one was from Ben, and it was the monogamy one.
Yeah, that was good. I'm pretty pumped about this one, though. I think this is a sick question.
Yeah.
I was telling you as we were doing pod setup, getting the audio a bit of
Yeah.
you know what it takes.
Taking a few Snapchats of the set, just making sure
Just
that
hashtag on set.
if we did that every time we did a pod,
we'd be almost as annoying as the people that do that.
I know it would.
For real.
Yeah.
I was saying as we were doing the pod setup that I remember seeing that notification pop up on my phone, like the Discord notification for that, and I was like, damn, that's like a sick question, and all these thoughts started going through my head, and then I was like, I don't want to type all that out.
Yeah.
And then I just swiped away from the notification and completely forgot about it until now. So I'm glad we're getting to it because it makes up for me being a shitty member of the Discord. So that's cool.
Oh yeah. I need to. I mean, we said this plenty of times, but we need to get the Discord more active. We just also need more people in there. Anyway.
I'm gonna remove the blame from me and say it's on you now.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
if you start doing it,
I'm fine
I'll
with
jump
that.
in.
I mean, it
Yeah.
is Connor's graveyard after
Yeah.
all. But anyway, the question is, if you were Truman in the Truman Show, how long would it take you to like realize that everything around you is fake? I'm pretty sure that's. I mean that is the question. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'll
that's the spirit of it, certainly.
Yeah, I'll just repeat it.
I think
from
there's
the
so many
Discord.
things that need to be like clarified about it, and maybe this is where it would have been like getting Moist's take on this
Yeah.
at the end will be interesting.
Yeah.
But
if you were hypothetically in the Truman Show, how long would it take you to realize that everything was fake? Yeah, that would.
should we explain the context of the Truman Show quickly?
Yeah, do you want to go for it? It's been like a year since I've seen the Truman Show. Maybe
It's
I mean
been
I
longer
get the
for me,
gist.
so we'll both have to fill in for each other here. But the context is basically that there's a TV show, and it's like the biggest TV show on the planet or whatever, and it's about this one guy named Truman who doesn't know he's in a TV show.
Yeah,
so he like lives in this massive fake like town and environment, and everywhere he goes and everyone he encounters are like actors. that,
Yeah.
like, they just show up on time and do their thing each day and interact with him. And the movie is about. Am I right so far?
It's pretty much that, and it's just like about how he.
Yeah, the movie is about this point where he discovers at like I don't know, what would you say he is, like 30 or something like that?
He has to be.
Yeah, he's well into this, and I think he's done it his whole life, right? Like he started.
Yeah,
as
yeah. It was like from a baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was one of the things I wanted to clarify. Is are we looking at it like that? But the movie takes place during this like span of a few days where he realizes what's happening, and spoiler alert, he figures it out and then escapes.
Yeah.
And that's what the movie focuses on, is that whole journey, like finding out that he lives in a fake world and
Yeah.
then leaving.
I feel like it would
it's so
have to
cool.
be if you were a baby. I think we have to think about it
Okay.
in that
Okay.
context, because I feel like if it was like Captain Marvel type amnesia, I mean I guess it would. I don't know. I feel like it would still be the same. I
That's
guess
true,
like you have
yeah.
like suppressed memories, but I mean.
Let's go with the infant thing. I
Yeah.
think that just makes the context easier. I think for me I've always said that like I don't feel like I was like a conscious human being until like 8th grade or maybe
Yeah.
freshman year of high school. Like I had no like consciousness, like like ability to think about myself as an existence.
Yeah, I really had no.
That sounded really gross, but
I really had no thought of just like of myself or intellectuality or really anything outside the box other than like I don't know, is my homework late, or I don't know.
Yeah, like self-awareness. Like there was just no awareness of like what I was. So I think the minimum, like the absolute youngest I could be would be 14. And I don't think it would be anywhere near then. Because I think if you grew up in that world...
because it's so, it really... Yeah, it's so, like, perfectly catered.
Yeah.
And they, in the movie, they do... there's, like, one instance where, like, his girlfriend at the time... or fake girlfriend, real girlfriend, doesn't matter.
It's just such a weird... Like, it's such a cool movie.
Yeah, it's such, like, a unique concept. She basically tells him, like, this isn't real, Truman, and he's like, what? And then, like, 15 years later, he still hasn't figured it out. But yeah,
That's
think
wild. I forgot that part. Here's one thing that I just
adolescent.
thought,
I would say adolescence is the minimum. Really, like thinking about questioning shit, I think would be the minimum age. But I still don't think I would be able to figure it out because it's such like a weirdly, perfectly catered world.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because Truman is he really has no ambition, and if he does have ambition, he's kind of like course corrected by the actors to be like, don't you want this? So I feel like already he's from that young age, he's already like molded to kind of have this life kind of course corrected by other people, and I guess it would kind of become the type of person where you're like, fuck this, I don't want, people to like run my life or whatever. I feel like that's a very adolescent thing, but I feel like most of the time adolescents, like teenagers, don't really act on that. Rage is just kind of like festered into other things.
It's such a tough thing to think about because I was considering like a couple of guys leaning back.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was.
Had back day yesterday. Need to give it a rest.
Yeah, me too. Because working out is when back day happens. I was thinking about like as a kid, I was always like whenever like we'd go on vacation or something like that, my parents would like lose me all the time because I would just like wander off and try and look at stuff. But like that wouldn't be who I was if I grew up in a fishbowl. Like if there were people that were herding me everywhere all the time. Yeah, I don't think it's. But so I mean, it's weird to think about like what would be different.
But do you think that's also like in your genetics too?
Maybe.
Because I mean, I guess it's like it is the nature virtue. Yeah, that's true. But I feel like that has to come out eventually, or else you're like in like a pedophile or something. I don't know. I know that's like an extreme that maybe people aren't. I like because I feel like when things are so like suppressed from like a young age, it like churns out into something like horrific because when you don't know how to deal with those things, at least that's like
it would have to be that way though, and it's not like a deep urge. It's just like something I like doing. No, I know. Like I walked on my toes a ton when I was a kid. My parents were like, "You got to stop that. You're gonna like fuck up."
I have a bunch of stuff where my parents still do it today, where they'll be like, what's with like your pimple on your whatever? And I'm like, Dad, that's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like I wash my face. Like it happens. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah.
How many steps do you have to your face care routine?
I used to just like wash it with my washcloth and soap. But my skin is so incredibly dry.
Interesting.
Because like that and that is just like all dry skin.
That's cool.
It's pretty awful. Well, it's not awful. It's just kind of annoying.
I've talked about my back knee, I think, on the show. That's a pretty unpleasant thing. I was going to brag about the fact that I have a 2-step face care routine. Because I don't know if you recall, but back in high school, I had some fucked up skin. Not like...
I don't really remember your...
Yeah, it was like early on. It wasn't like bad, but I would regularly have like at least one just like horrifying zit,
I feel like most teenagers had that. It was very rare, I feel like, because I remember too, there would always be like some big ass pimple on my face.
Yeah, I think it's true that it was everyone, but at some point
definitely
it just like
people do get it worse than others.
Yeah, I didn't have it where I think there's like sort of a few different directions it can go in. Like one is where your face is just like all like kind of rashy almost all the time, and that wasn't me. But I just had these like awful pimples all the time, like around like my nose and shit. And it was just a bad look. So I started using like a scrub thing, you know, like a exfoliate that shit, get it rolling, and that did get the acne to go away. But my skin was just dry, so then it was just like flaky, you know, like a
I need to exfoliate.
glazed donut.
All I do is use cleanser.
I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know either, but Sarah has like left cleanser at my apartment, and I just use it every time I shower, and it seems to. I mean, I guess it works.
Yeah.
But I need to moisturize, or else like I end up getting all
and
rashy.
that's the key of step 2. Let me run you through my showers.
Here we go.
Connor.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get this back to the Truman Show, no doubt.
Don't let the tablets pick this up right away, guys. Charlie's skincare routine.
This is not just skincare. This is the whole shower. So we get in and we start. You know, we get everything damp first. We get the hair wet, everything soaked. Soaked.
We're talking wet.
We start with the exfoliating skin rub. This isn't like a fancy thing. This is like the cheapest thing that I can get at a drugstore.
And it doesn't have to be anything special.
No, it gets the job done. I mean, for me, it gets the job done. Rub that down, get her all scrubbed up, and then sometimes it takes 2 coats if we want to get the whole chin. Like when I had the beard, that's what I did to clean the beard and everything. Anyway, we get that done. Then we soap up the hair, right? Hair gets soaped up.
Really? You do face first, then hair?
Hold on. Just hang with me. Bear with me.
BuzzFeed better watch out.
We get the hair going, and I like to go pretty light. I've started to use less shampoo because apparently it's not good. I don't know anything, but I've heard that like you're not supposed to shampoo every day, so I've stopped doing that.
Really?
Yeah. And because my head is less greasy, you know, like I'm getting further and further away from just the everything's a grease pit stage of life. So we do that. Then we push back the hair. We do a swipe back with the hair. The shampoo holds it. We rinse the face. Okay. We rinse the face. Then come in with the moisturizer. So that exfoliate has had some time on there while the shampoo was getting on. We were letting that settle. Yeah. And then the shampoo gets to settle while we do the moisty face part.
Yeah.
Is that? I guess it's moisturizer.
Yeah.
At this point, it starts to take a more normal path. We lather the body up. We get her done. Do you use a loofah?
I use a washcloth.
I use these boys here. What God gave me, baby. I don't know if that's gross.
I feel like I get a better scrub in when I use. I always feel like I don't get a good clean whenever I don't have a washcloth. I don't know.
There are times where I wish I had a scrub. I hate the loofah vibe because it just feels like it's sucking everything in.
I've never used a loofah.
Down with other old skin flakes.
I've never used a loofah. I just like wet a washcloth, put like soap in it, scrub it, and then just scrub my body.
Yeah, maybe I gotta start. I gotta try the washcloth thing. I'll give that a go. We'll see where that takes me.
Yeah, I'll try it.
And then from there, it's just a rinse off, just to conclude that. And so connecting back to the Truman Show, that's my transition.
Yeah.
I think you brought up an interesting point earlier, and an important one, that at what point would you start to rebel enough from what people tell you?
Yeah, because I feel like in that environment, any sign of rebellion is like fight or flight. And I feel like because they're actors. It's not like, you know, they're like genuinely building that relationship with you. I feel like they would like over course correct. Unless there was like a fucking psychopath mastermind trying to control.
Well, and there's great scenes in the movie, right? If I recall, where they have to like bring actors back like in an emergency. Like, we need you to, you know, distract him. Like he's getting too, you know, aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know that I was ever or am that persistent. Like I'm a pretty good boy.
No, yeah, me too. I was raised fairly well in the discipline department, where, you know, please and thank yous.
Well, and you got to think that like your relationship with your parents and everyone in this world would be like kind of perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like you like I think normal parent-child relationships have their troubles and things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would be as present here because they have to
No,
be
yeah,
like.
yeah.
I'd probably be a real brat, frankly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Truman is secretly just a spoiled little fuck.
Yeah, I wonder how he's. Like,
he would have to be. I
right?
mean, like, cause like there's no way he got like
they
reprimanded.
have to pamper him.
Yeah. Cause
I'm sure
they have to. Yeah, they have to like butter him up so he stays.
I'm sure there's some like pampering that goes on, but like if I went so like if I'm the Truman and you're an actor
Mm-hmm.
and I would come and complain about like, oh man, my parents are fucking doing this, like whatever, then they would just hear that, right? Like you would just take that back to them and they would know.
Yeah, and maybe like Truman would just have like this perfect like anecdotal, just being like, hey man, you just got to figure it out or something like that, where it's just like really empty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
But yeah,
the plane's learned and now they're way off over there.
yeah,
That's a nice.
Yeah, they know that we're
We
recording the
appreciate
pod.
that guy.
Um,
It's getting dark, I think.
I know. But you can still. I'm really hoping that. I mean, we got like 20.
Look, we can see us. We're
yeah,
chilling.
we can. Yeah,
We're
we got
chilling.
20, 30 minutes left of the pod. I think we're doing good.
We'll just let it fade to black. It'll
Yeah.
just be like a literal, like a
Yeah.
20-minute fade to black. Do you have something?
I was just gonna continue that, I guess. No, there's no fucking way that Truman wouldn't be like a little shit. Like he just getting everything he wants, and if he rebels of like not getting what he wants, he's like that's like wrong for the show. So he's almost like the coolest kid in high school, where he like peaked in high school type guy, where he
Yeah.
just kind of sticks in his hometown and doesn't do anything else. Like he has to be that.
How like
Because if
like
he
you
had,
couldn't send him to timeout. Like
yeah, no, well, yeah,
Imagine.
yeah, you couldn't you reprimand him in really any serious way. It would
Yeah.
just be, but I guess you also have to keep in mind it's a show, so you really can't do any serious reprimanding because that's like I would say too personal, not like marketing friendly, like.
yeah, I mean, how could you sell that? Like
Yeah,
how,
you-
like
yeah,
who's
no, yeah,
buying
you-
ads for
yeah,
that
you
episode?
can't, like-
Although I guess it's like live, isn't it?
Yeah,
But-
and any like actual reality TV is like real people doing real situations. Granted, it's a little bit of an extreme level,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's not like-
normally painted as like this trashy, you're not supposed to be this way type
Yeah.
thing.
Well, and that's like the whole brand of this is that it's like a real reality show.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to like escape from,
Yeah.
oh, little Truman's in
No,
timeout.
yeah,
or
exactly.
Truman's jacking off. Like,
Yeah. Truman found Truman found his favorite porn star on Pornhub. Uh-oh.
yeah, just like 30 minutes of scrolling through Pornhub. Like,
Yeah. You can't do that. Yeah,
wasn't it a thing where it goes live for like 6 hours? Isn't that how it works or something? Like
it's something
it's like on the whole time.
yeah,
he's-
I mean it has to be.
I can't remember how they do it.
It might be like a Big Brother thing. I mean, I guess it is literally Big Brother but catered.
I'm just trying to remember like how the format is, but I think we're bringing up an interesting point of all the unseen parts
Yeah.
of Truman's life.
But yeah, they like because the TV it has to be catered in a certain way to where it's like it's like a sitcom where it's like now this is what we do and like this I'm teaching you a lesson in this way. The kid's not going to learn anything. Like no real kid
Yeah,
is
I
going
mean,
to take
whenever
their
you
mom
see
seriously.
That, yeah, I saw that the other day, like one of those things where it was a single mom with triplets, or 3 kids that were essentially the same age, I think. And she was just helpless. And I felt for her. I mean, that would be hell.
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing but empathy for the challenge of that position, but she was... Yeah, just like clearly these kids
Yeah.
had no problem rebelling against her, and I was just like, when I was a kid, like my parents just did not put up with that.
Oh
shit.
no, yeah, no. Like I would be in church just like fucking squirming around and like just being a brat, and my dad would like take me to the bathroom and be like, "You can't be fucking doing this shit,"
Yeah.
like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how normal.
Did they do like corporal punishment? Isn't that what it's called? Like spanking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They did that.
No, yeah, I was spanked.
I got some of that. I don't have a problem with it personally. as like a born and raised. Like I'm not. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know if I have an issue with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like growing up from that, I mean, it is spanking is really for the times. It is really up until like you're 8 or 9 where you kind of laugh when you get spanked. I remember getting spanked by my mom, and I'm like, I really hope my mom would spank me because it would just like wouldn't hurt.
Oh, you were like, yeah, like this is a good punishment. Like,
Yeah,
this is an easy one. I
Yeah.
don't have to like feel guilty. Like, and I think there is truth to that. I feel like I only got spanked like 3 times. or
Really?
something. And I think that's important. I think if you just get spanked for like everything, it loses the meaning. But I remember when I was like a young kid, and I was like,
And you got
"Fuck,"
spanked, you were like, fucking damn it, I did something bad.
like it really meant something. And I think there's something to the guilt trip. But I think there's an age where you're too stupid to understand the guilt trip or like fully respect it. And
well, I think that's why spanking is kind of seen as like that appropriate punishment. I mean, that's like a objective opinion. Like when parents see like, or just like psychologically, or like spanking can be seen as like that a sort of appropriate punishment because that's like how they feel the reprimanding and like how they process like what they did wrong.
Yeah, I think it goes like obviously there's a lot of different takes on it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a super right one, and it's like something. If my like partner did not want to do it, it's not. I wouldn't like fight for it, but it's just something where like I feel like it was effective.
No,
for me.
me too.
But maybe there's a kid to kid basis.
Yeah, I don't know.
There too.
I grew up in a pretty strict, like, for the most part, yes, pretty strict house. Where like that was. I mean, I don't know. Like, I turned out pretty normal. I mean, everyone's got their own shit that they deal with. I
just remember my parents like, they just did not want to deal with like a temper tantrum in public and stuff like that.
Oh,
like they just had no time for that shit.
my parents didn't either.
And I appreciate it because like it's
honestly,
a bad look.
No, yeah,
when you
honestly,
see it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't have any tolerance for that either.
Yeah, I can like now that I'm thinking about it, I can remember being like yanked out of grocery stores and stuff. Like we're not fucking doing this.
Yeah,
like, you're coming out here.
Yeah.
I think one of the times I got spanked was like in a Target parking lot, not like in the middle of it, but like in the car in a Target parking lot because my dad was like, "What the fuck are you?" I mean, I'm sure he didn't use that language.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he did, but he was like, "This just cannot be happening."
Yeah.
A lot of bugs.
But yeah, if that happened, bring it back to Truman. If that happened to Truman,
that's not a good episode.
What?
Those episods are not good.
No,
like
yeah,
the one where
they would
Truman
not.
got spanked.
They would not be gone.
You think they name them like Friends episodes?
It's like Truman goes to school, like episode like 300.
Truman goes to 8th grade.
Yeah.
Day.
But it's weird because you have to keep in mind because it is a TV show and you have to, like there are showrunners like trying to craft a story with Truman, and I guess that is why it's such an interesting thing because you're catering the show around a real person who doesn't know what the fuck is going on, but you're sort of like nudging this person, course correcting their life into daily episodes that you go away with something.
It's sort of like a less young adult version of Hunger Games, you know? Like a less just like young adult novel version of it. Because there's like the showrunners and the, like constructing a narrative out of
Oh,
out of, like,
yeah.
I even remember, I feel like there's scenes where I was like, oh, that looks like it reminds me of stuff from the Hunger Games, like the behind the scenes.
Really?
I can't remember for sure, but
but yeah, Truman has to be incredibly. There's no way he is not like fucked up beyond belief, or he has like some. Well, I mean, I guess like inherently you would have this extremely distorted sense of reality, because your whole life is literally a lie.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you are like this little spoiled shit.
There's just no way he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's no way he's like. Obviously, there's reality distortion,
Yeah.
and like he's gonna be fucked up, or we
Yeah.
theoretically
Yeah.
would be.
You're already fucking him up in this fake world.
Yeah.
Imagine how fucked up he's gonna be. Yeah. Once the blinds are open, like.
Yeah.
Man,
It's such a weird. It's just a really cool movie because the premise is so neat. But yeah, like there's all of that stuff is very present. So okay, let's try and get it back on the age thing a little bit, just to answer Moist's question. I feel fine when we fuck over our own questions, but I feel like if somebody's
we
giving it,
got to get to the point at some.
Yeah. I feel like he's really old when he figures it out. The more we're talking about this,
I think he is like mid-30s. I can look this up.
But I do think the really valid counterpoint is he has no like outlet for real truth. Like I was saying earlier, like a friend. If I was like, man, this fucking parents, like they're like trying to keep me in town or whatever. Like whatever. Like, if you were trying to rebel, but everyone in your life was pushing you against it, like
he's 30.
30, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many can think of any time in your life where you did something against the advice of like everyone you knew? Like that's where it gets weird to me, because it's one thing to like rebel against your parents, it's another to like fuck you entire reality.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it would have to be an extreme, to where I would be like fuck you entire reality. I guess that's how I think how a lot of people feel when they chase their dreams in Hollywood. Maybe I don't know. I mean, like if I literally purposely didn't get a job to do YouTube full time, I'm sure like you and my parents or like a lot of
like there would be a time where I'd say something.
Yeah, be like, hey man, like
not quite there yet.
Yeah, we're not ready. Like I'm sure you will be, but yeah, we're not ready. And yeah, because I feel like any normal person.
I'm getting destroyed.
Yeah, I'm getting bit up a little bit too.
You got the jeans on this week, though. I'm short.
Yeah, this was my interview attire.
Wow.
I know. I never know how to do interviews in the summer because it's like so fucking hot.
Oh, it was in person?
Yeah.
I was. Yeah, never mind. Okay, let's keep.
Anyway, yeah.
Yep.
Fuck. What was I on? Oh, the fuck you to the world, everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like any normal person would listen to a general consensus of what you should and shouldn't do by trusted people.
And I feel like even the people that like go off to Hollywood have somebody pushing them, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know if that's even a great parallel.
Yeah, but
I still feel like there's always somebody.
Yeah, there's somebody who generally will like believe in you. Or something like that, someone supporting you in any way. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it would have to be, yeah, like, because I feel like the 25 to 35 is the perfect range that you would be able to figure it out, because I feel like after 35 you start just like getting comfortable.
Yeah.
With that. Sorry for the fucking
Imagine
scrape
having
of the
a fake
mic.
wife.
Damn it.
Like,
yeah, that would be incredibly depressing. Yeah, your love life is an entire lie.
Imagine figuring it out at like 55.
Oh yeah, that would be.
God,
yeah.
that would be so tragic.
Yeah, that would be incredibly depressing.
30 is a young enough age where it's like, oh man, like there's still some novelty to it, and you see it in the character too.
Yeah,
like, there's excitement, but if you're like 60,
yeah. Well, and
God, that would be horrible.
I think, yeah, would.
Not that 60 is super old, but
no,
like
yeah.
how sad to
well,
think
yeah,
that,
you've
like,
gotten so embedded into your life to where, yeah, you've gotten comfortable. But the 25 to 35, I feel like is like that perfect point where there's like enough opportunity and kind of like leeway there to kind of like figure it out or change or do something where it's not like you're not totally fucking up everything. Yeah, I feel like it would have to be that, like, I feel like 25 for me or something, because
I'm starting to buy 30 more and more.
Yeah,
frankly.
Yeah, it just like seems so perfect. Like, it would. would the showrunners tell the wife actors that like, oh, you have to have sex with this person, or would they even like give them any sort of sex education? I wonder how that fucking how would that even go down?
There's so many dynamics to like once it gets older. 30's like the perfect age
Oh,
for this
yeah.
movie to happen.
Yeah, because it's like you're just getting
I
your
wonder
life
if that was
started.
thought about. I'm sure it was thought
yeah.
about to some extent, but I wonder how much they thought about the age. Like, you think there's like not a rough draft, but like a prospect script or something that's like he's
Truman when he's like
20 or
yeah.
like 30 is just such a perfect age where there's still a future and like excitement to life, and you're old enough to like it's
you
a
have
great balance.
you have that enough experience to figure that out. Because
can I throw another one? Can I like a deviation on Moist's question? What age would you want it? Maybe
I feel like 20. Maybe like 18, 20. Well, not 18. I look back at myself when I was 18.
18 was
I did not know anything when I was 18.
Yeah.
I'm 21
That's
and
such
I
an
still
annoying college thing to say.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember like all my cousins before I went to college,
Man,
they'd say
yeah.
shit like that, and I was like, no, I fucking got it, man.
But it's like it's true to an extent.
You just gain so much from that.
And even now we're like
Post-high
20.
school experience,
Yeah, we're 21 and like imagine when we're fucking like 24, 25. There's mean like so much shit fucking happens during those times, I feel like. But yeah, I would
That's
not.
why I would say I think this is too young. The more I'm thinking about it, like 30 seems like a pretty good. I feel like the movie kind of nailed it.
Yeah, 25, 30, I would.
And I feel like there's sort of a lot of my cousins are turning 30 in this the last
30.
like 5 years.
I feel like I don't know if this is just me getting older, but I feel like 30 is relatively young still.
I think it's young, but I do feel like there's sort of like not a midlife crisis, like a third life crisis or something, where you start to.
Because that's the age everyone's having kids or starting to have kids and get married.
It's definitely like a turning point.
Yeah.
In the same way that like that post-high school is a turning point, and that like 18 to 23. I think 30 is another one you're like, shit, like I'm almost 40.
Yeah.
Like your life is, you probably have like a job that you'll have for a while. You're, like you say, start like finding a family maybe. I feel like it's a good turning point, but also the time where you might start to question, like, what is the world around me?
Do you think we should do this flashlight?
No, I think we just fade out. Although now you've done it, so we can't like not. Look at you, you're like a mirror in that thing. Okay.
Well, I just didn't want, if like I feel like if we go long, I don't want it.
Okay, fair enough.
But I can do it in post later.
Just up that expo.
Yeah.
I think there's something really good about that like age range of 30 where you would start to question like, hey, is this where I want to be?
Yeah, it's like it's like I feel like it really sets in at that point where it's like, okay, what do I want to do with my life because I need to fucking do it like right now.
I'm going to say though, to start winding towards an answer, I think there's a decent chance that I could go way too long, you know? Like
me too.
Just because I'm such a follow the rules guy, like I have fun. You know, we have fun.
Yeah.
But I'm at the end of the day, like I'm the type of person that puts a great deal of value on the guidance people give me.
Oh yeah.
And that's where like who knows how you'd grow up as Truman, like we've talked about, but I don't think I would fight back really. And I think I'd be the kind where like, look, I've said, I think even on this show, that I'm a fan, and we've certainly talked about this, like interested in sort of trying to find, you know, a partner to spend you know, the rest of my life with, theoretically. Not that I'm open to that, right?
Yeah.
So if someone were to present me in the next 5
with that
years,
opportunity,
just someone that's literally perfect. I think I could just coast with that, and it'd be like a tragic, like, here's your 50th birthday present. Like, we don't know what to do with this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, ratings are down. You just go to your day job.
Yeah, there would have to be like a fucking like a year of like kind of stripping away that reality, cause if you just fucking fish out of watered him, that would be just PTSD immediately. You would definitely have to wean him off.
I feel like you would just shut down.
Oh yeah.
Like everything you knew was literally a lie. Like
Yeah.
I feel like teenagers, there's like, I feel like everybody sort of has some moment like that. We're like, what fucking everything?
Yeah. Or
just like some angsty, you know, or like your first real breakup or something. You're like, everything's gone.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know.
But just imagine that if it were real.
Yeah. Drawing back to the comfortability of like when I would realize, I feel like I've, as a person, I feel like I have the ambition to kind of go away to wherever. I do really value that comfortability, or not the comfortability, just like the prospect of having that, and when it's like presented to me, I definitely take it. But if I was growing up in that sort of like suburbia, I feel like I would, at least personally, I feel like I would eventually have to be like, okay, I need to be visiting these sort of places. Granted,
does he even know there's other places? I can't remember that.
I don't know.
I think he might only know that world exists. Although, man, that'd be a great, like, just a study on humanity. Like, at what
if
point,
it was like fucking the Fly, Lord of the Flies, like, except you were born on the island.
Yeah, like, how much do you seek? How much does the human spirit naturally seek discovery?
Because
I feel like there's definitely something to that. I mean,
feel like it's natural in humans to sort of inherently explore uncommon ground.
I'm taking an English class right now, like just a summer one to knock off a gen ed, and it's like American literature, like beginnings to 1865. And so I like these last few days I've been catching up because I'm about a week and a half behind and have a test in a few days. I've been going back through, and it's like Columbus's journals and stuff, or like these, you know, the early Puritan and Jamestown colonies and stuff, and their accounts are just fascinating to me. Like they're literally on an alien world. Like, it's just so incredible. It's blown my mind to think, like, they come across, Columbus in one of his talks about coming across you know, the natives for the first time, and he comes into those like Haiti and those islands down there, and he sees all these little like small colonies along the shores, and they all think that like he's a god. At least that's how he says it. You know, you have no idea if he's an unreliable narrator, but wouldn't you? Like, imagine having lived your whole existence, and then this dude in a ship that's bigger than anything you've ever seen comes along.
Yeah.
And then imagine being the guy in the ship. Like, imagine being deified, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The whole experience to me is mind-bogglingly cool.
Yeah, that would
I don't remember how I got there from Truman. Oh, the desire to explore. Yeah. But I feel like there's something.
But I feel like at some point you have to find out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I mean, going outside the show, I feel like there would be like protests. Maybe there are already in the movie, like protests, like outside.
I don't remember that. I just remember like maybe people like.
I don't remember either.
Taking sides on if they wanted to. I can't remember.
Yeah, to like
we really
bring
should
them
have watched
into
it. Well, I feel like we've done fine with it, but it's tough because I guess like I, as we all know, go to school in California, and that was like a big thing for me to like get out, like a desire to get away, and I had the ability to, and that was like, sweet, I'm doing it. But again, I feel like if you presented me with like the sickest, you know, we'll live together and we'll be bros, and literally like a screenwriter like writes up the perfect college scenario with my boys, like I'd take that a million times.
Oh yeah, me too.
You know? I don't know. I feel like I could go. I'm gonna say that I'm gullible enough and easily persuaded enough and just like follow the rules, play within the draw within the lines enough of a person that I would go a long time. I think I could go well past 30, frankly.
I'm putting myself at 25, 30.
You think you'd match Truman? I guess beat him at that.
Yeah,
average.
I just feel like I'm not content enough. Like I know we've talked about this before, but I feel like I always try and find like a problem with
and that's
something.
super true. And I think I'm the same way, but I think if somebody was writing the solutions to that,
yeah,
for me,
that would be incredibly hard to traverse.
Like, how would you? I just don't know how I'd keep fighting if I kept hitting it or something.
I guess like in my head, I would be like, "Isn't this like too?"
But would you? Because it's been your whole life.
Yeah.
It's such a neat question to think about. We could almost. It'd almost be interesting to try and revisit this in another way, or maybe we try and.
But I'm sure along the way there would be people just being like, "Hey, this isn't what it is."
Maybe we do this to our kids. How about that?
Yeah. We both like set our kids like on this like ranch area and just be like, you can't go outside the fence.
What if you make a Truman show, but like everyone is Truman and everyone is an actor? You know, like everybody else thinks that someone's the Truman. I can't even think big enough to think if that like the logic of that works.
Yeah,
but
that's
hysterical.
a good. Yeah, I think that's an awesome idea. But yeah, everyone just it's just everyone's pointing like, wait.
Yeah. How long do you think that would take? I mean, I guess you'd have to it'd have to be like the memory wipe thing. You drop them in at 20, because otherwise it's just a bunch of infants.
Yeah, and you just tell them like you're an actor, or like you have to convince them that you're an actor, but you're secretly like.
Maybe that's how you do it. You like hire them all as actors.
Yeah,
but there's no one's the actual Truman.
Yeah, you're telling everyone that some person's the Truman.
Yeah.
That could either
what if you
be
told them
gone
all
in,
it's the same dude? Like
but
everybody knows it's Connor, but Connor just thinks it's some other guy.
Yeah.
I think that is
that
just
sounds
like
awesome.
a great premise.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't. It'd be too obvious, but like it's just.
That's hilarious.
It's a funny concept.
All right.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
It's a funny concept. Hard cut. Hopefully, Moist, we answered your question. If anybody else has thoughts, throw them in down below. This is a really interesting.
Yeah, this was a good
combo.
combo.
Great question, and hopefully, this is inspiring to other people to send in theirs.
Yeah.
You know, let's get on that. Because these are fun. These are neat to think about, and it's.
Yeah, this was a fun pod.
We do our best to come up with these things, but it's hard. Like, I just don't encounter enough things.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever think of this question before.
So keep these coming. Moist, let us know what you think of how we dealt with it.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts.
And everybody else, of course, too.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, guys.
Please share. Please share, though.
Yeah, put it on Twitter. I don't know.
But, do.
Yeah.
Means a lot. A like does so much for the channel. The best way to support us. But also it is.
But also it actually does.
But we're also vehemently indifferent about the success of the pod. You know?
Yeah.
It's whatever, man.
Irony is so weird.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here. It's getting dark. Welcome back to the
next pod. We turn into David Foster Wallace.
You know, I was thinking we should do you know how you in your videos you pop out from the door, from the closet.
Yeah.
We should do that in the show. We could pop out from behind the bench or something.
Yeah, and we drop our mics and they all clip out and.
We could just do the tapping from somewhere and then we both burst in.
That would be fun.
All right, now we're done.
All right, yep.